cloud. Okay. And that should be recording. Great. It's live in EGM. Thank you so much. Okay. So we did all just share. I didn't want that to be recorded just so people could share openly. But we just did have a sharing segment. So anyone coming into day 2, if you would like to share, feel free to email me, message each other, message the group. If you're in Earth Guardian Collective, you can go and share in there. And if you're not in Earth Guardian Collective, did you know it's only $23 a month now? Yeah, I bumped it right down. And anyone that's in my mastermind, let me just put this too. There's so many of you, I can see all your faces. Anyone that's in my mastermind gets it completely complimentary, all right, for the entire time you're in there. I feel the space coming on now, so why don't we just start getting into this etheric temple that we created yesterday together. I'm going to light attraction. It is a nice, beautiful red color. And what I'm going to do now is call in, let's get into that etheric temple, and you can come into your heart space. Honestly, this energy is pulling us in really quickly. And if you don't feel that yet, close your eyes and deepen your breath right now. Our hearts are ready to work with us. The source energy is ready to work with us. Come back to those marble stairs that we created. And this will just be a nice grounding moment for us all to get connected with each other. You can also lay down. Yeah, anyone who's like really take care of yourself. And also, some people said, I fell asleep. Some people said they fell asleep to this sitting up with their mouth open, drooling yesterday. So listen, I can't see you. It's fine. Do what you gotta do. And honestly, I think those deep sleeps are what we all really crave. And your cells picked up on what was happening. All right. And your mind just said, done, I can't. So if this happens again, that's okay. Let it go. You've got it recorded. You've got it in email. It's live on YouTube. All right. So now today, let's get into that etheric temple, this beautiful Lionsgate temple, and sit back on your step, your own marble step. And this time we are going to call on and attract with our heart centers, with our most divine, sacred heart, with our deepest heart's desires. That is a magnetic pull. This isn't just some airy, fairy, light working tool. I'm speaking physics right now. The heart center has a magnetic gravitational pull. And this is what we're here to activate today, and to become our own, essentially our own solar system, to activate our heart as our own star, that the rest of our energy field moves, magnetizes, flows, and expands around it. Each human on this planet has the ability to become their own solar system. This is the solar Christed way, also known as unity consciousness, also known as source love, and the words and titles go on and on. Don't get caught up on the words and titles. I want you to feel this. So back in our temple, sitting on those stairs, first let us call in the highest, holiest, and purest support, guidance, help, beings, masters, angels, ancestors. And more than anything, I am calling on unity consciousness to come and touch our hearts today. I'm calling on a clear remembrance for everyone in this program, for everyone in this event here today. This is nothing new. We have all come in with this information, and we're simply here to remind each other to walk each other home. Ram Dass, right? Pretty sure Ram Dass said that. We're all just here to walk each other home. Still on your marble step in the etheric temple for the Lion's Gate source cosmic energy pouring down onto the planet this week. I want you to feel this temple fill up. Feel it fill up with support. Feel it fill up with high sovereign energy. Feel it fill up with divine will and service. Because many of the beings that are coming into this field, they are here of the highest and holiest service, aka divine will. Real quickly, you can feel and tap into the areas we connected to yesterday. So it will be very helpful for us to ground right now. It will be very helpful for us to just real quickly run through our body, our connection to Gaia, so that we can move into this next level. So I want you to feel your feet, your ankles, your shins, your knees, your thighs and hips, your buttocks, your genitals, your deep low belly, and your midsection where all your visceral organs are, your low back, upper back and heart center, front of the heart and the 3 heart centers we'll be learning about today, your shoulders, elbows, fingers and hands, back of the head, forehead, nose, tongue, teeth, all of your hair follicles. Now slip yourself into the ground. Slip your energy field. Maybe your tail comes out and spirals down again. Maybe your earth gate is right there and you pop it open this time. Boom. Connect to Gaia. She is welcoming you. You have made direct connection with her as of yesterday, and she is ready to continue this on. I'm going to give you a moment to connect with your body and to connect with her before we move on. I am also going to find some music for us quickly. So take your time and breathe. I think Sunray will help us today, since we are going for that solar cosmic light. So as you ground and connect, you might actually start feeling that solar cosmic light coming in. All right. So we're actually going to move into some more part of a colloquy and a lecture aspect. There are some words and some things we need to talk about before we go into meditation, but continue to lay there. You don't have to look at me. You know, you can just hear this. It's a remembrance for all of us. And I'm going to speak in kind of a meditative channeling space. Today we will be activating the Sacred Heart. And this is a term that some people, if you have a Catholic or Christian background, there may be a little ickiness around this, as it is a spiritual term. However, this spiritual term goes a lot deeper than the Catholic Church, the Catholic Roman Church of 2,000 years. This can be dated far back to the Essenes, who were working and preparing this type of energy for years before Christ was even born. And I'm talking like 1,000 years before Christ was born. The Sacred Heart is a unification process. This is a marriage. This is called the Hieros Gamos. The sacred marriage is what that translates to. It is a unification process of the divine masculine and divine feminine, and those energies morphing together to create a trinity. We are all experiencing this on the globe now. If you have come here in this lifetime, it is to experience this bountiful, beautiful, holy unification process. This is also known as unity consciousness. This is also known as Christ consciousness. Again, I'll remind for anyone who didn't catch it yesterday, Christ does not mean Jesus. That was a man who was born and embodied the Christos energy. His name was Yeshua. It wasn't even Jesus. That was the name the Roman Church gave him 1,000 years after he died. Christos, Christ, comes from the word Christos, an ancient Greek word for sovereignty and anointed one. We are here to anoint ourselves. So I'll go into and just let everyone know right away. I'll let everyone know this is a choice. To go through the ascension process, to evolve with this unification process, is a conscious choice. And what I mean by this is no one can make you do this. Really, no one can help you do this. I mean, we're all here to help and mirror and reflect back to each other what we need to, but this is a personal sovereign choice. And when I look into our field and I look at my communities and I look at my friends and I look at my family that does this work, you can see how over the last decade, we have all continuously stepped into another level of, okay, I'm here. All right, Lord, give it to me. All right, universe, what's next? These are all choices. You know, this is a conversation with the universe. This is a conversation with source, with God, with the light, whatever you want to call it. So I'll remind you all right now, you all on this call have actively said yes over and over and over again to these upgrades. So just reflect in your life right now, maybe zoom all the way back to 2020. I'm sorry, LOL. Oh God, maybe I'm in 2030 right now, I don't know. Zoom back to 2012 and see if that was a big awakening for you, right? Heidi's saying something right now about 9 years ago, right? So we have been in this together for a while. You have regularly been sought out by the light. Jamie's quantum leap, so there. You have been sought out by the light and has come to you and said, here, you ready? You ready? Or you gotta say it though, you gotta say it. Are you ready? Boom. And then we think, oh, we're good. And then the next level happens and we're down in the gunk of it, right? We're down in another black hole or another dark night of the soul. And we're like, really? I thought I said yes to this back then. This is a layer by layer process. And what we're doing is, when we're talking about the heart expansion and we're talking about unity consciousness, what it is it is a consciousness expansion. It is your consciousness and your field growing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Think of the Grinch's heart at the end of the movie. Boom, 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 boom. That is a great depiction of what we're going through here. So with the choice. Choice is step one. This being a choice saying, I choose to evolve, I choose to expand, I choose to come to a deeper heart space. A lot of us will start at awareness. Awareness is always the first step. Awareness, becoming aware, observing, taking time, mirror work, shadow work. We start seeing and reflecting and understanding the deeper things inside of us that needed to be free. But the next level of that is what we're walking into today and what many of you are already in full effect on, which is to become a heart-centered being, to come from a heart-centered place and to see from the eye of the heart. All right? The eye of the heart, again, I did not come up with that name. That is an ancient spiritual practice from the Essenes. It's actually out of the Mary Magdalene Gospel. So the first step is choice. You have chosen to ascend. Congratulations. And you will continue to ascend. Next step is intention. This is deeper than choice. Intention is more soul connected. Intention is more action oriented. It has to do more with devotion. This is a deeper alignment to your heart. So right now, I'm going to ask everyone to close their eyes now that we understand a little bit more on intention. Let us set an intention for yourself, your soul right now. You could set it for today. I intend to let myself be open to the upgrades available. I'm going to set an intention for my heart to continuously unravel and open up for the light that is ready to shine from this area. So we'll close our eyes. Let's get into some intention now. This could be for the rest of the year. This could be for the next decade, whatever you're being called to. As we're connecting to the intentions deep within our heart, I want to talk a little bit about the heart and how important and how big and powerful this tool is. You know, there's a lot of, this is a little chip on my shoulder, a little ego, but I'm here to, I've got a lot of Scorpio energy, and I'm here to really guide people through the power of what is of the heart, what is love, and what is light. And it does get a bad rap, right? And I think a lot of people that, let's say, maybe mock it or make fun of it, they just unfortunately haven't really felt that true, really source love and light energy. And because once you have, believe me, you are not mocking it or making fun of it. I believe that the heart is our ascension tool. I believe this is like the one and only tool that we will be walking into the future with. The entire Aquarian age will be run by our hearts. This is a little bit of what Ashley was saying at the beginning with the releasing of other tools. We are starting to trust ourselves way more. We're starting to trust our hearts, listen to our hearts, and start to see with our hearts way more. HeartMath Institute is doing phenomenal work to help people understand the science and math behind this organ and this sacred tool. I'm pretty sure it's HeartMath that has registered the heart field up to 12 feet out from the center of the heart. So everyone right now feel the center of your heart space and then feel a 12-foot expansion circle with you in the middle. Think 12 feet to the left, 12 feet to the right, to the front, to the back, above and below. This is the quickest, fastest analogy or tool you can use to get into your heart center, to get behind your power, and to do a little bit of energy work in your field. For example, right now, some of you might be going, 12 feet, I can barely feel my heart. I can barely feel 2 feet out. What is she talking 12 feet? Brothers and sisters and everyone, this takes time. We're walking into an accelerated speed of this energy, but this will be something, again, a personal choice and a personal intentions for you to tap into day in and day out. Teach your families, teach your friends, teach your coworkers about this heart space. If you're questioning it, if you're watching this for the first time, I have a lot of new people on here watching this. If you are questioning this, I give a simple example. We've all walked into a room, we had a good energy, we were ready for a party, we were ready to see our friends, we were ready to have a good time. And we walk into the room we're heading towards, and boom, you can feel the energy in there. It is off. Someone's mad, someone's pissed off, someone's not standing up for themselves, and you can feel it, and then it affects you. Welcome to your energy fields and that of others. We all have the ability to feel this. A lot of people call this the empathic abilities, the abilities to just feel energies around. We all have the ability to do this, though. This is a great tool to start working with. So now I'm going to invite everyone right now to get into their heart space and to start to feel maybe 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 feet, 12 feet out from your heart in this big, huge bubble. Let a big golden bubble. Again, I'm going to continuously talk about the gold energy. It's not even a color, it's an energy. It's an alchemical experience, all right? Feel this big golden auric field around, starting from the heart center, and grow and glow that golden light, which represents the highest forms of solar light. Feel this now. I feel the activations kicking up a notch in here. Heidi just said, I just saw a huge eye open and look at me. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. So now I'm going to go deeper into this heart activation and go deeper into this tool. We have the actual organ that sits inside about center chest, let's say, a little bit more to the left, but center chest. And it is way different than how it is depicted by the symbol we have given it. You really look at this gorgeous organ. But what we do have are these centers, and there are more than one heart center. So I'm going to run through a few of them real quickly. Everyone feel into the space in their heart, like really in their heart. And you know, it sits right above the diaphragm. It's connected by fascia onto the diaphragm. The diaphragm helps our breathing. It's pumping and connecting our breath, pushing and pulling back up over and over again, just like our heart beats over and over again. These are connected. So this is why breath work is so important. The relation of how your heart functions is a direct reflection of your breath and your breathing. Literally, constricted breath actually constricts the fascia around the heart. So if you are at all having a hard time with your heart space or connecting to your heart, I invite you all to deepen your breath now. Notice how inhaling deeper allows your heart to calm down and to slow down. And as the chaos ensues outside, which if you can hear out my windows right now, I think it's a great analogy for the chaos that is happening on our planet right now. Which, listen everyone, is a direct reflection of the chaos happening within. We are not separate from the chaos. We are also responsible for it. And this can show up with an overactive mind, an ego that's in control, anger and rage, primal fear instincts that are living and controlling your life still, that are running the show, driving the bus. Deepening your breath, connecting to this heart space, meditating on the eye of the heart, or that huge eye open that Heidi just said. Connect with that space now and see how the chaos starts to calm down or drift away. And by that, I mean you're calming it down within yourself. When we do this, when we connect into the heart center and allow it to be a command center. We all have different command centers. There are beautiful systems that help us teach this. But our hearts can absolutely be running the show. And you know what? This is what Yeshua was saying. This is what Buddha was saying. This is what Martin Luther King was saying. Can we let our hearts run the show here? Or at least 20% of your day, 30% of your day, 50, maybe 75%. This looks and sounds easy. This will be the hardest thing y'all do, is to be in connection with your divine heart, your sacred heart, and to lead and learn and live from there. This is not about being righteous. This is not about being in charge. This is a lot of listening, observing, and holding the highest and purest energy in your heart space, having complete compassion for where people are at, coming from non-attachment, non-judgment. These are challenging lessons. And as we decree and command and intend to be pillars of light on this planet, the universe and Gaia will continuously bring us mirrors, reflections, people, lessons that will point this out for us. This is a brave warrior's heart. This is what the Native Americans said. The warrior's heart is the ultimate challenge. The warrior that's not here to kill and harm, but the warrior that's here to serve and hold peace. This is about being a peace officer, a keeper of our sacred heart, a keeper of the light. If you're like me and you're doing this work, you are most likely a keeper of the light. There are lighthouses in here, light pillars in here, light beams and temples. This is all coming from your heart, not something outside of yourself. So now you felt deeply within your heart center. We're going to move up to the top where actually my throat is highlighting mine right now. This is the high heart. This is another level up. So once you start to do a lot of chakra work, once you start to actually clear out, the thymus gland is in here too. That's an activator gland, which is like right behind the Christic heart actually, but this is the high heart. And actually Shayna started to, she's making a lot of these copper things with stones for that area. So reach out to her if you want some help here, clearing that up. Her and her family and her copper wielding hot couple, they're now creating and helping devices for clearing that up and connecting and grounding in that area. But that is of the higher heart. In between that, the other light-filled spot that is beaming on my body right now, which once you start to open up to the light, you will start reflecting light back to you. And this is what people are witnessing in my body. People are going, you look so light, you look so bright. Are you pregnant? Are you this? No, bitches. This is what ascension looks like. It's light, it's bright. It can also be destructive, tumultuous, and disturbing, as I'm reading. Aaron said, and Odin is purging by vomiting this current moment. Yeah. Ricky farted the entire time I was clearing for this the other day. So our animals help us clear, and they clear for the house, right? So in between your heart center, right in between the breast, we all have breast, right? Right there. And in between that high heart bit, right in the middle, is your Christic heart activation, okay? This is the Christic ascended heart. For example, when you guys see me go, and I put my hand over my heart, that's me connecting to my Christ heart. That's me connecting to the person in front of me who's telling me something that I can feel. Shayna, just so you know, because she's laying down, Heidi said, I want one of those copper things to help with the spiraling pressure. Serious, like serious. Right, right. All right, so now let's just connect into those three spots. Bottom, center, top. Let's just see what this area can open up now. Deepen your breath. Let's open it up. to become very emotional with this. It is normal to feel a lot when you start activating this. It is normal to purge, to poop, to cry. So whatever you need to do right now, please let it rip. I'm going to keep moving on with the awareness that we're stepping into. Today we're at the heart center because the heart is next. The heart is actually the nexus point in between the lower realms and the upper realms. The heart is the nexus point, nexus center, where everything meets in between. 0.0 field in Buddhism talks about that. Physics talks about, the quantum talks about that. That 0 point field, we all have that access in our heart. The heart is the nexus point, the in-between space of all your lower chakras and your upper chakras. And if the heart isn't open, you're not connected up or down. You're in your body and you're on a loop. If you feel one of those loops, reach out to me. I help people overcome and break through those barriers. But you can do it yourself too. This nexus point, this 0 point field, is actually that solar cosmic Christ energy. So solar cosmic anointing, and it's actually our heart that we will be putting a crown on, not necessarily the top of our head and our 7th chakra. It is the heart you want to crown. It's the heart you want to anoint. So with that visual, let's just spend a moment in silence. Put your crown on, people, all right? You put your crown on, you see what it looks like. It doesn't have to be gold, and it doesn't have to be a crown of thorns. That was the patriarchy. We are heading into a new world. Crown yourself now. Moving on now, up higher, even further, now that we have opened up this, now that we have connected and chose to awaken this area. We're now going to move up more into the cosmic heart. The cosmic heart is a range of energy above us that we can tap into whenever we need. It is our cosmic source connection with all of the universe, but more than the universe, I think the universe still gives us too much of a matter mind. I want you to go deeper than that, higher than that. On a consciousness level, we are rising up. The cosmic heart helps us to rise up into higher frequencies and dimensions. For example, past the 5th, it is pretty much all light and just becomes more intense forms of light. Less matter, more light. Our lower dimensions have more matter to them. The 3D, the 2D is nothing but matter. The 3D is all matter. 4th D starts to get into that heart space. By 5th D, it is all light from there up.
Odin, stop it.
Aaron. We can hear you, Aaron. LOL. You know what? I think Odin's part of this call. I think the god Odin must be here for this right now because we just had our sister get to shout him out. So Odin, we call forth. Help us with the cosmic heart, please. Help us with our divine missions. He has come to me many moons ago to help me with my divine mission, and it was this work. So hey, you know what? Here it is. Thank you, Aaron, for that. Oh. So let's move back into that 5th dimensional. This may be the first time you're experiencing the 5th dimension, but let's ask our cosmic hearts to help. She goes, how did you hear me? I'm on mute. Literally, Aaron, you came off mute for just that. So here we are. When the gods and goddesses want to come through, they come through. So let's move our heart space now up, opening up our ascension column. From the earth, through our bodies, up through the chakras, up through the rainbow bridge that we are here to be. We are the bridge between earth and heaven. We are the bridge between earth and God, earth and source, earth and love, whatever you're calling it these days. All the same stuff. So let's connect up now to that more God-like consciousness, that more light consciousness in the 5th. And this is where I've been writing a lot about, love has won here. Love has won. In the 5th, love has won. Love, it's all light. Let's just say the 3rd dimensional manipulated tendencies cannot even mess with the light that is in the 5th and up. It can't even exist. Hate cannot exist in the 5th dimension. The 5th dimension is way more accepting of everything that is. It understands, there's a source consciousness that understands all things are needed. So yes, that includes even the dark, weird shit we're experiencing on this planet. And I know that is a tough piece to chew on, and I'm not trying to lightwash or personally escape from any personal responsibility of helping clear up this darkness within myself first to help release on the planet. But that's what the dimension we live in is reflecting back to us. But we're here to move, heal, and go into that 5th. So I hope maybe that helps anyone that's really struggling on the planet right now with how can all these dark things be happening? How has this gone on for so long? What is this? This is the Earth polarity game, an Earth classroom we came here to experience. In order to grow and expand, we have to experience both aspects of polarity on this planet. Other planets don't have this realm of existence. There is no matter on a lot of these other solar systems. Earth is a lot of matter. Meaning, if we want to grow, what we're all witnessing and experiencing ourselves is an expansion in the positivity, let's say, and an expansion in the negativity. We have never been more aware of light and darkness than ever before. And we are here as cosmic light warriors to help with this, all right? I know a lot of you know this, but a lot of you don't. And this may be the first time you're ever hearing this. And it may give you the opportunity to take a big, huge, deep breath. So why don't we do that all together collectively now? You're here for a reason. You're here for this moment in time. You lined up off the planet to come down for this moment. For the evolution of your soul, for the evolution of this planet, which really is here for the evolution of the universe. And I will remind you all right now, as far out as we're getting, and we're gonna keep going far out. This is just the cosmic heart awareness that you have in your 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and up. I'll remind you and bring you all back down to earth right now. It's okay to go get some ice cream and enjoy yourself. Right? It's okay to lay down and watch the clouds go by. It's okay to call a friend to go get some brunch. And go have a drunky brunch. It's okay, we came here to have these human moments. Do not starve yourself of joy. This heart activation is for us to experience joy to outweigh the fear, all right? Please enjoy yourself during these times. The joy is needed on this planet. So if you have been blocking yourself of joy, and I think the year 2020 has really blocked a lot of people from joy. It is of paramount, nope, that means lover, LOL, paramount. You know what, maybe go find a lover. Maybe that needed to come in. Go get yourself some love. Go make love. What did Bob Marley teach us? One love, make love. Find joy, dance. We're not dancing. We're not rejoicing. This is your reminder for this now. So feel your emotions and feel what's coming up. And don't block yourself with joy anymore. I want everyone to just tap into that feeling of joy. It resides within you, and it resides in the heart spaces, and it resides in the body. We don't need to find an external thing to find the joy. It's within you. Those things are reflecting it back in you. So let us tap into the joy that lives within your heart now. Moving into higher states and fields, we will now activate our ascension columns. This is a hollow, tubular energy field that runs through your entire being, through your entire body makeup. Think of the center of your being opening up to a hollow tube that connects up to the universe, out through the crown chakra, uniting you with all things in the universe. And that tube opens up, comes through all of your other energy centers, through the heart, activating each time, moving down into the lower, denser realms, within the body and the planes, making our way to the earth, connecting all the way to the core of this planet. This is your personal tubular ascension column. This is your crystalline column, your Christed column. It is unique per person on the planet. This is your ability to access, create, and make. Access your ascension column now. This is your original pillar of light. This is your personal column of light. This is what many of you have activated many moons ago and will continue to grow. This is what many of you as angels on earth are here to do, is just activate this light over and over and over. Through the good times and the bad, through the trying times and the most beautiful times. It is this pillar of light that you are here to grow and shine and share and become. As you let this open up and grow this tubular energy, it is your pillar, so it can grow. For example, many people say to me, Jamie, when I'm in your presence, I feel like you activate me, or I get a download, or I feel like every time I'm near you, I ascend in your presence. Yep, but it's not me. It's just the field that I have divinely chosen to continuously grow. And then it activates yours, and then we all get to do this together. And this is how we will save the world, AKA this is how we will save ourselves. So let's deepen our breath and let this grow now, because we still have some growing to do on this call. We're not to the peak yet. This is just the build up. And I know we're really far out there right now, but allow it to be. And feel, yeah, I'm seeing Heidi just said, I feel like crying. Valklemp, all Valklemp. SP ? In the joy sense emerging. Yeah, cry, let it out. No one's holding back. I almost burst out into tears. I can see and feel other people crying right now. Let it out. Let those feelings come through. And you know, we can cry for joy too. We can cry when the light hits me, I cry. When pure source light hits me, I break down. Because you are seeing people in their highest sense. And to walk around seeing people in their highest power, in their highest light, that's God's work right there. That's what Yeshua came here to do. That's what Buddha was doing. Seeing people in their highest and holiest. Not seeing people as victims. Not seeing people as monsters. Not seeing people as whatever you're seeing people as. But to hold them and see them and witness them in this. That's what the ascension is. But first, you need to see it within yourself. And you will not be able to see it in others until you can see it within. So let's tap into that for a moment. Okay, we're ready to move in to activate our toroidal fields and to witness, experience, and to brighten and lighten up our toroidal fields. Stick with that calm energy. This is the center. Your heart space is the center. This is the conscious creator we're turning on. The consciousness is everything I explained before, that free choice, free will, making the choice to do so, then setting intention. The conscious creator aspect comes from this place. So if you're not tapped into this place, that's where we create harm. You know, we think we're doing good, but it's actually just creating more calm. It's because you're not coming from this space. So moving forward, we now know. Want to be a conscious creator, want to create beautiful things on the planet within yourselves and for others, come from this heart space first. And then do all the other things we just did, right? And then come to the space where we are now ready to pump out the energy here. So I want you to think of this energy shooting up out of your ascension column, all this heart energy, all this joy energy, all this divine sovereign will we've created here, and press it out away from us. And then where does that energy go? That goes out to either sides. It goes out to the front. It goes out the back in a wave. And where does that go? It comes down, it comes out, it comes down, it comes out, and it comes down so much to the point where it starts to be magnetized up through the bottom of our ascension column. This is the toroidal field. Every body, alive body, animal, plant has one. Every being has a toroidal field. If you look at pictures of our planet, it has a toroidal field. This isn't esoteric, this is physics I'm speaking on now. You have your own toroidal field. The planet has her own toroidal field. The sun has her own toroidal field. It is a magnetic field around the planet. This is actually the magnetic field that keeps our planet safe from the cosmic solar rays of the sun that are just really intense. This magnetic field and those light particles hitting it is what creates Aurora Borealis. This is science as much as it is spirituality, and this is how connected these beings are. I'll go even further with this and say our planet and the sun each have their corona. We have our own corona. Corona means crown. And this year, we are here to crown thyself. Many believe the coronavirus in this year is the second coming of Christ. This is the awakening. This is the real push towards, not push, acceleration towards the Aquarian age. This is the awakening. This is the unraveling. And this is the quickening. It is time to anoint yourself. So really tap into this toroidal field right now. What you're experiencing here as both of your energies merge up, come out, sink back up from below and come back in. This is the Heros Gamos. This is the sacred marriage. This is the unification process of sacred masculine, sacred feminine. You are the Trinity that is becoming. For those where colors help, I want you to think of the sacred feminine as a big red energy. This is also anyone in the Mary Magdalene order. This is that red energy. And then we've got Yeshua and this Christ consciousness as blue. And when these two colors come together, it makes purple. This is the Sacred Heart. This is the unification of your heart. This is Vesica Pisces. The Vesica Pisces is an ancient symbol with two circles intersecting each other, perfectly making center still points within each of the circles. and creating the fish, the Jesus Yeshua fish that represents Jesus Christ in Christianity itself, comes from the Vesica Pisces. This is about balance. We are here to become balanced beings. This is what Buddhism speaks on. The right way, the right path. And they don't mean right as in righteousness. They mean centered, balanced, ascension. Not too much to the left, not too much to the right. Goldilocks, baby, right in between. I can speak on it so easily, but to feel it is another world. So, this is our last thing for today, is to activate the Sacred Heart within the Ascension column as a conscious creator in our toroidal fields as universal beings, cellularly activating the solar cosmic Christ, the unification process from within, becoming sovereign, unified, anointed beings. Allow this field to open up to the light coming to you now. All right, we're going to start to come back into the bodies now. First, let us bow and thank the source energy for coming with us on this ride today and making itself so present. Let us thank all of our guides, gods, and goddesses, specifically Odin, who made his presence so known. Let's thank all of our angels and ancestors and animals and elementals and cosmic beings that wanted to support us today. Let us bow to this etheric temple we have all created together here in this moment. Let us release the temple, release the quantum, release the cosmos, release all of those outside external things, and come more into our body. Come just down into your chakras, 1 through 8 right now. It will feel more homely. So what you can do is just say thank you to all of your Earth Star and to your Soul Star and all the connection, but thank you because this was a lot. We don't need to stay tapped in. It's okay to disconnect from this stuff and come back. I think it will actually help you from going crazy, losing your mind, all that. Yeah, Heidi said, I feel a little lightheaded. Yeah, you will definitely feel lightheaded after this. We've opened up a lot. So we're gonna continue to ground. I'm gonna just ground you into your body again. Feel the top of your head, feel into your scalp and every hair follicle. Feel your ears and inside your ears, your eyeballs, eyebrows, eye sockets. Feel behind your eyes and how it connects to beautiful muscle and fascia that is connected to your central nervous system. And now run down that central nervous system, which goes down the spine into the neck, down the back of the heart. There's all sorts of beautiful nerves running down out of the spine, commanding your movements in your hands. So now feel your hands and feel how that's really coming from the central nervous system, not your mind. It really has its own mind of its own. And come down now even more into the belly and feel where it starts to break off. And there's a lot of nerves that go into the low back as it rules and dictates the movements of the extremities of the lower body. Feel all the nerves that run down through the buttocks, through down into the legs that extend like roots of a tree. We are basically just walking trees. The natives called us walking trees in North America. Feel down into your knees, feel your heels, your toes, and start to feel what you're sitting on, come into the room you're in. Realize you're a human here on planet Earth, and that is okay. And you know what? It's actually fun when we start to make these connections about how powerful we are. You see how this is much more of a game than we thought it was. This can be fun. You can start to look at this like, what am I creating all day? How have I created this? If something shows up in your world, how have I created this? How have I called this to me? Right? This is what we're working with here. This is the conscious creator. You can start to bring your gaze up or look around. Keep your eyes low. Hold on to a grounding crystal if you've got one. Take some sips of water. Feel into your human body, this beautiful tool we came here to work with. You can start to come into your guts and just feel into that command center, that belly area. And by now you may realize, I need some food. I need to journal. I need to go to the water. I need to go hug a family member. I need to go share this with the world. Maybe you've got a public place to go to. Maybe you want to drive around some governmental buildings to really shed some light there. Maybe you want to drive around some school systems, spread some light. Yesterday, for the first time in ever, I was called to Providence right after this. I don't go to Providence. I'm that Rhode Island asshole who doesn't leave the district I live in. But yesterday I was walking and driving around Providence. I just let it rip. Do what you're called to, all right? If anyone does want to talk or share, now would be your time. Aaron, you look so much lighter and brighter. My God. You look like, yeah, she wants to. Go ahead. Aaron, go ahead. I'm unmuting you. Oh, wait, you got to unmute. Hold on.
I got it.
Go ahead.
I said, I didn't mean to do that. I have no idea what I was pressing. Shit's just getting crazy over here.
I mean, I'm really glad you did because he made it.
Odin's making appearances. I'm touching shit. I have no idea what I'm doing. But I was just going to put in the chat that yesterday, me and Ariel spent the day in the woods and getting our noses pierced. And the guy, yeah, I got my second hole done in my nose. And the guy thought that Ariel was my daughter.
God. She doesn't even look like a young kid. You know what I mean? Like,
she's like a whole foot taller than me.
I know. That is too funny. But you've got that mama energy.
Well, we just figured because she fits right in with my kids. So I must have been her mother in another life.
Oh, I love that.
Always taking care of her. And we took Macy out to lunch. I took her to the marina, like all the connections. So.
Is that where you guys were down the water?
Yeah, so we went to lunch in East Greenwich. So then we went down and walked the beach at the marina and sat on our boat for a little while.
Yes. Send that light into the bay.
Yep, sending the light into the bay, all the saltwater healings, connections, collecting sea glass. It was just amazing. And then I fell asleep to the whole meditation all over again when I went to bed.
I love it. I listened to it, the whole thing back myself, just so everyone knows. I literally, after this, give myself a few hours, and then I dive into the whole thing again, so I'm doing doubles of these.
I feel like it's a different connection.
Right. I am just channeling a lot of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And giving myself like only this much of notes. You know what I mean? Like those are the only notes I'm giving myself. I'm not coming off a notebook right now. This is straight up channeling. So I go back and I'm like, oh shit, that was good. Ooh. So, you know, here we are. Thank you for sharing, Aaron.
Much love to everybody. Can't wait to see you, everybody, on.
I know our beach day. All right, who else wants to share? I saw Becky pop up. I saw Shayna's hand go up.
I just want to say real quick that I, while you were doing it, I did like a light language activation in Earth Guardian. It like had to come through as you were doing your thing. So to anyone who needs a little extra bump of joy in Earth Guardian, there's a light language activation for everyone.
Thank you.
That's all. Love you all.
Gemini. Of course, Gemini has one thing going on over here. She's got another device she's doing something on over here, connecting. Yep, love my Geminis. All right, who else? Becky, did you want to say something? Oh, no. She's like, no. Look at that face. No. Are you coming to the beach tomorrow, Becky? I'm going to make you talk.
Right.
Oh. Hold on. Trying to unmute you.
Unmute. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. We can hear you.
What time is it tomorrow?
Well, it will be after this. So hopefully we'll be meeting at 11. High tides at 12. So I'm going to be getting my ass into the seawater tomorrow. I'll tell you that.
I think I can for a little while. Yeah.
Great. And no pressure to anyone, but anyone in this group, anyone in Rhode Island, anyone listening to this, we all get together. Please come to the beach. Bring your mates. Bring your kids. Don't bring any of them. Do whatever you want. Okay? All right. Anyone else want to share?
Tomorrow, but if we're doing anything after that, I'm down for that.
Just check in. You know us. We say it ends at 4, and then at 9:30, I'm still with all of you, and we're getting ice cream. So maybe we should do that again. Maybe we all need to take a walk and go get some ice cream tomorrow.
That sounds perfect.
Okay. Anyone else want to share? Yeah, Kristen, go for it.
Hi, friends. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know what any of that was, but I felt like when I woke up this morning, it was I mean, it's obviously chilly out in comparison, you know, that's August. But during that, when I was crying, there was this small, I don't know if anyone's ever had like the flu and you like feel like you're big and small at the same time, if that makes sense. And my body, like I couldn't feel my body, and my body was like small, 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 but at the same time it was big, big, big. Does that make sense to anyone? And then it just was like nothing.
I believe that what you experience, and I'm so glad you said this, that is a perfect visceral expansion of DNA upgrades. For your DNA is now crystallizing. The words you just said, I won't even say any more words. The words you just said are perfect for that, Kristen. This is what you're doing is activating what this done. And a lot of us had this. You're activating a lot of the crystalline strands of DNA. And we were able to move over a lot of that denser carbon-based DNA. So a lot of that matter talk I was telling you about, that experience of being like so expansive and then so like cellular, and then it's like, whoa, and then you can't feel anything, and then you're like, wait, who am I? All that is DNA activation. Look at the Fiorelli. Does that make sense, Kristen? You're
Okay.
literally just activating DNA strands that were ready to be activated.
Well, thank you.
How does that feel?
Yes, I cut my hair off for everyone that's writing.
It looks beautiful.
Thank you. I feel for you and later. I'll see everyone tomorrow too.
Yay.
Heidi said, thank you for this. Aya, the heart is fluttering inside, tingles. I agree. And what Kristen just demonstrated for us there so perfectly, many of you will have other experiences of this. For example, when I was a child and I would do cosmic stuff and I was connecting to source energy, it would feel like, and it's happened my whole life, it used to happen when I was sleeping, but as I started to do more of this consciousness work, I could do it while I was awake. Would be drifting to sleep, and then it started to happen in my meditations. Then it started to happen when I was freaking awake before I'm about to write something for the collective. This is what was happening, is I felt like I could go down to a monocellular environment. That means a single cell. I could feel my body leave these trillions of cells, or have the trillions of cells that are in my body implode into one. The only description I can give to you is, you know, the ghost in Ghostbusters, that big, huge marshmallow ghost guy that's like, or like the Michelin Man. And I would try to explain this to my mother at like 5 years old. I was like, I feel like I'm expanding into this one big white thing. Well, now looking back on it and feeling, oh, this was me turning into source. This was my ability to go. I was getting those healings because I was, as a young age, doing a lot of work like crossing souls over and stuff. But now that I know the terms here, see, we can all be doing this work and you just have no freaking clue what's happening. There are terms to this, and they're ancient terms. So that's like a cosmic connection, if some people have that. And you know what? I would love for people to also share in EGM, go share in the collective, your experience of this too. If anyone has another experience of that they'd like to share right now before we hop off, go for it. Go ahead, Heidi.
When you're doing the work, does it normally feel pain? It was a lot of pressure and uncomfortable.
When I first started doing this, I thought my thymus gland was going to explode right back in here, right? And I'm pretty sure that's a thymus gland. Any medical people in here, please recorrect me, but I literally thought I had maybe a cancer there. Then cancer was like, no, none of that is painful. It's cancer is a silent thing. This was my awakening, and it went on for over a year. like literally, I thought I had esophagus issues, esophagus cancer. It was bizarre. Then I started to just do more research, or finally a guide was like, oh, the thymus gland activation of the Christ heart. I'm like, oh my fucking God, I've been activating my sacred heart through the ascension column this whole year.
Yeah, because it feels like there's a pebble like trying to pop out of my chest.
Because it is. Yeah. Yeah. And give yourself time. Everyone hearing this, give yourself time. This could take a year, right? Oh my God, look at Heidi and her son. LOL. Ian. So thank you for saying that. You guys have the best comments here right now. This is so good because I think it's going to help a lot of people who are viscerally picking up on sensations that are happening to their body after this. Give yourself time. Okay? Don't pressure yourself into this. Again, this is a choice, and day by day, layer by layer, this will unravel and unpeel. Okay? Lean in on tribe. Lean in on this is where spiritual formation starts coming in. And by spiritual formation, this is where I mean, like, you're going to want to kick up your practices now. You know what I mean? Actually, at this point, if you're still here with me right now, you're probably going to have no other choice. The more we align with the light, the less free will and choice we have, because the more we align with light, the more we're aligning with cosmic service, intelligence, and will. Meaning we've got stuff to do there. You know what I mean? The more like ascended masters, archangels, they're coming from specific rays with specific jobs, quote unquote jobs, coming to do specific things. The guardian angels are here to guard the person they're with. You have a female and a male, a left and a right angel at all times. They're yours. They're here to guard you. They're not like off at In-N-Out Burger in fucking Las Vegas, sorry for swearing, having a good time. Like, no, they're here for you. Archangels have a mission. Archangel Michael isn't going to all of a sudden pretend to be a unicorn. He's Archangel Michael. He's going to stay in that lane. Mary, Mother of God, has a different divine will than Freya. Like they're so, this is where it's like, think of the rays of the rainbow. They're not just they merge and meld next to each other. Like you can see how Mother Mary and Kuan Yin are very similar. Some would even say the same thing, just felt on different sides of the planet at the same time. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know how I got off on that, but someone here in the recording needed to listen to that. Let me see. Love you from Inez. Ian wants to say hi to you. Hello, Ian.
Hey,
Hi, we can hear you. How are you?
good, and you?
I'm good. We're good. How's Quebec? Are you in Quebec right now?
Yeah.
I
We've
miss.
been listening to you, and he's just like really attentive. I see his profile, and he's just like, he's asking me questions. So I have to do this again when the kids are at their jobs. This is so powerful.
Ian, your painting you made me is so beautiful, and you know the messages in there just keep coming true. So whatever you channeled for me, I really appreciate it. I look at it all the time.
Okay. Indigo.
He drew me like this amazing cosmic universal, like me on the ground with the womb space connecting to God, connecting to this, I mean, doing all these cool things. I'm like, wow, he's 8, right? Look at all the kids coming in. Look at Macy. Hi. And Robbie was here. See, these are the kids that are really just gonna lead us forward and keep us going. And I know Laura, your daughter was right here with you too. All right. And I know, and Inez, I bet, oh yeah, your daughter's literally right there. Inez, she has a young son too. I can't wait. Can we all just get together and make this happen? We need to get to Canada. When it opens up,
Yeah.
Heidi, we're coming.
Yes. You're totally, you have to stay with us. We're waiting.
Right. Even Clara in Sweden, even to just yesterday, was like, saw big visions of taking us up to a mountain in Sweden together to these like megalithic structures and working with, she's got all these plans for us. I don't know when Europe's opening up or letting us in, but you know what? We're going to make it happen. All right.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I love you all. I'm going to end this now just because it's been pretty long. I love that the kids have come in. Thank you so much to everyone's light. Thank you for showing up, and let's go be temples and pillars and hearts of light for the world in these trying times. Okay. Aaron said all the love to you. All right. Love you all so much. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Yeah.